Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Talladega 106 in week 3 of the FR Racing's Wednesday Night Dash Series. We are currently in practice here with about 2 minutes to go until qualifying. As we actually do have a bit of a pack here forming in practice. Give a bit of a taste of what the race is going to be like for tonight. This is week 3 after Dawson Buchanan getting the win last week. Let's take a look at our driver standings heading into week 3. Dawson Buchanan leading with 85 points, 10 points over Hunter Hughes, as for the first time in Wednesday Night Dash history, we had the same 1, 2, 3 finishers for the first 2 weeks of the season. So Dawson Buchanan, Hunter Hughes, and Colton Gardner, your top 3 in both of the first 2 races so far. So they are at the top of the standings. And then Jax Malin in 4th, and Brian McKinney rounds out the top 5 in the driver standings. And then new for this season is the team scoring. So just a bit of a reminder here of how the team scoring looks for season 10. Teams consist of 2 to 4 drivers. Teams must be declared before race 1, and the top 2 finishing drivers' points count each week for the team, and substitute driver scorings will not count towards the team total. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the team standings. Actually, we'll take a look at this in a minute, because that is not the updated team standings. Here is the updated team standings. JM Motorsports leading with 149 points. Smoky Mountain Racing in 2nd with 143, and then FR Racing in 3rd with 100, and FTP Racing 4th with 93. As practice is coming to an end here, as we'll start to head into practice, or head into qualifying, we will ride on board with Dawson Buchanan, the winner of the first 2 races of the new season. But as he starts his outlap, we'll take a look at the schedule for the remainder of the season. Tonight we are in Talladega. We're off next week for Labor Day and week 13 of the iRacing Series, along with the new patch. So we're off next week. But then the week after, we had the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the oval, as we also head there in the GT Sprint Series. So if you or a teammate, or if you or your teammates need to tune up before any of the iRacing Road special events, come and check out FR Racing's endurance schedule, as these are tune-up events before official races. The fun races are 45 minutes, while tune-up races are an hour and a half long, with the Indy 6-hour approaching. In a few weeks, this tune-up series heads to Indianapolis this Saturday on August 31st for 1.5 hours. So if you or a teammate needs practice for that, come check that out, as we are on board here with Dawson Buchanan. Currently on his outlap. I'm going to cross the tri-oval here and into his first flying lap. As the start finish is not actually on, or like in the tri-oval here, like it is at Daytona. It is farther up in the track, which will play a role at the end of the race. as it gives cars way more time to draft and come to the start finish. So here's Dawson Buchanan, as we said, starting his first lap here. Across the start finish there for his first lap. Currently puts him down in 7th. Probably just now starting his flying lap is Vinny Silva in the 31, is currently in our pole position. With a 54.4, there's Christopher Hughes now to the top of the leaderboard. We have just about a minute and a half left here in qualifying. Christopher Hughes currently in the lead. But here comes Dawson Buchanan through the tri-oval. Up the front stretch across the start finish. That will put him in pole position with a 54.438. So Dawson Buchanan with a really good second lap there. That puts him in the lead here, or in pole position. If there was the 18, that is Hunter Hughes back in 11th. Qualifying doesn't mean much here at all, as it is a super speedway. So obviously anything can happen. Speaking of, we should take a look at the rules heading into tonight. So it's a 10-race season. Races are running approximately 45 minutes, and we can ignore those next 2 rules for tonight, as we'll be going over a new set of rules here in a minute, as we also use the NASCAR style point system, which is new for 2024, with bonus point for pole position, laps led, or a lap led and most laps led, and then a stage win on ovals, which will not be for tonight. As for tonight, we will be using the new super speedway rules. So cautions are enabled. Lucky Dog and wave rounds are enabled as well, and there's no stage break caution. And the stage bonus point will just be given to the fastest lap, and everybody gets 1 fast repair, and there will be 1 green-white checkered finish attempt at the end. And these rules obviously only apply to Talladega and Daytona only. So cars are gridded up here, getting ready to start the outlap. Take a look at the session info. We are at Talladega. It's located in Lincoln, Alabama. Opened in 1969, about 2.5 miles with 33 degrees of banking, basically the whole way around. 40-minute practice and 5-minute quali, which just concluded. Tonight's race is 40 laps with cautions enabled and no stages, as we just went over. So our driver showcase, Jeremiah Lockwood was not with us last week, actually. He's not with us again tonight. So Christopher Hughes currently in, or starting P2 here. Pretty good quali for him, as he is in the 68 car, because that was the number that was on the Cup Series car that was owned by his great uncle in the mid-90s. His grandfather and dad worked for the team as well. He's a property manager, and his proudest iRacing moment is anytime he finishes in the top 5. So we'll see if he can keep that going tonight. And maybe tonight will be his new proudest moment in iRacing. As the cars do start to roll off, as we would like to talk to Dawson Buchanan here before we get going. So Dawson Buchanan from JM Motorsports. Hey Dawson, you got me?
Yep, I got you.
Alright Dawson, so really good start to the season so far. Winning the first 2 races and taking pole tonight. So how does it feel coming into tonight's race at Talladega with that kind of momentum with the first 2 races and starting on pole here?
Well, it adds a lot of confidence. These speedway races are definitely something that, it could be anybody's game, but being up here up front, to begin with it's motivational, I guess. Yeah, just super excited to go out here and hopefully get another win.
And then just one more question for you. Obviously, Talladega is a very difficult, or a very different track compared to the first 2 races. So what's your strategy coming into tonight, especially with the new rule changes in play?
Just hope and pray. Honestly, that's about all you can do at Talladega. Just hope you don't get caught up in anything and be the first one to the finish line.
All right, thank you, Dawson, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again at the end of the race here.
Yep.
So good luck. So there was Dawson Buchanan, the winner of the first 2 races of the season, currently in P1 of the standings as well. A really, really good start to the season for him. Looking to keep that momentum going tonight, as you heard from him, as we are getting ready to go green. The pace car is off. Dawson Buchanan leads the field coming to the green flag. So for the 3rd time in Season 10, the green flag is out, and for the first time ever, we will possibly be experiencing a caution in one of the races, as Dawson Buchanan with a pretty good jump there off the line, getting a good push from Erik Richardson, who also had a good start, up to 2nd. Too wide here in the back. Mostly single file, but a pretty good run here on the outside. Getting a huge push is Christopher Fuge in the 68 car. As I said, we were single file. Now everybody's basically settled out. Too wide here to begin lap 1. Buchanan on the inside. Fuge on the outside. Currently ahead by about a nose length. As we head into the tri-oval, coming across the start-finish for the first time. Looks like Dawson Buchanan will lead. Lap 1 is now 3 wide. A huge run here on the outside line with the number 3. That's Kaden McAreavy Jr. taking the lead for a moment, and then Buchanan taking it right back with a pretty big run there on the inside. There's Erik Richardson still following behind Buchanan. So we got contact there. Couldn't quite see what happened. I was looking for our new driver for this week. Let's go back and take a look at that real quick. Looks like that 2 just got loose and came down into the 32 car. So as Richard Shaw got way loose there, comes down into the 32. Stayed out of the way of anybody else though, thankfully. Both of them still going here, just way back in the pack. As Hunter Hughes qualified 11th in the 18 car. He is 2 laps down in the pits. I missed what happened to him. Possibly maybe a disconnection or something, as that is obviously not good, as we saw from the standings before the session. He wasn't 2nd after finishing 2nd in the first 2 races, as that will not continue tonight. Unfortunately for him, like I said, Really not sure what happened. But if we take a look here back at the front of the pack, is Christopher Hughes leading in a 68 Alabama car, followed by the 40 of Colton Gardner. Right behind Gardner, finishing third in both of the first two races of the season. There's a 3, Kaden McAreavy Jr. leading the outside line. So I forgot to mention, we do have 19 cars here tonight. 18 currently are on the lead lap with Jarnigan and Shaw, the 2 cars way in the back after that contact that they had. And we just saw we got about 11 cars here in this front pack, and then everybody else about a second behind. We're still 2 wide here. Up in the front, as you can see, there's 11 cars. And then Nicholas Warboy in the 27 here, a little bit farther back. They need to file up here to try and catch that pack. Looks like they're doing a decent job of it so far. So just a reminder, this is, we're currently looking at P11, or P12, sorry. So about a second behind the rest of the pack. All single file, though. We'll see if they're able to catch up here. But as a reminder, cautions are enabled for tonight, and there is no stage break. So if a caution does come out, that will make things interesting, is that will, as I said, be the first time ever in Wednesday Night Dash history that we do have a caution not related to a stage. Already did Chris Hughes. Here is John Miles. Currently the last car in this front pack in the 54, because his favorite driver is Ty Gibbs, so we got to rock the 54. He's currently a student attending the University of Missouri studying animal science, veterinary medicine. His proudest iRacing moment is securing his first win in the league during his rookie season and hearing the loud noises from down the hall in fraternity as his friends watched it happen live on YouTube and celebrating after. We'll see if he can get another win here tonight. His all-time favorite drivers are Ty Gibbs, obviously if he's in the 54 car, and Martin Truex Jr. And his favorite racing series to watch are NASCAR Endurance, with his favorite track being Nashville Superspeedway. That was John Miles, as we mentioned, currently in 11th place. As this backpack here has now basically caught up to the front, or to the front pack of those 11 cars that we just mentioned. Not quite there, but now just about half a second behind. The number 3 of Kaden McAreavy Jr. is currently in the lead. The top few cars basically staying the same here. As we can take a look at the 85, that is Lucas Puntarelli. Pretty sure is how you pronounce it. I do have it up here. Yeah, Puntarelli, Lucas Puntarelli. Currently in P13 and 85 car. He secured the win in the Indy Racing World Series last night in a green-white checkered finish there. First ever green-white checkered finish, as maybe we will see that again happening tonight. This is his first race in the Wednesday Night Dash, though. So he'll be looking to go back-to-back wins in iRacing Series, and his first ever Wednesday Night Dash win. As we do have a car here up into the wall. We'll try and see a replay of this. That is the... Oh, he got turned. That was Colton Gardner in the number 40. Got turned into the wall. Was getting a big push there by the number 1 and just got turned into the wall. That's going to put him way back and basically out of contention for anything until the yellow comes out. But he is heading into the pits, and that is going to ruin his top 3 streak. As Hunter Hughes, as we mentioned, was 2 laps down, he is back out on track. He has been for a while. Like I said, not sure what happened to him. Probably a disconnection. As these top 3 now that we're out of the pack just falling even farther back. So we will need a yellow flag for them to catch back up, most likely. Which we've not seen one yet, as it has just been single car kind of incidents that we've seen so far. But up in the front of the pack is Kaden McAreavy Jr. Still in the lead. There's I believe that is Colton Gardner on the bottom, almost close to making contact with the 5-lane snow. Colton Gardner coming out of the pits there after presumably using his fast repair. That's going to put him a lap down over with the lucky dog enabled if he stays in the draft here, which not quite going to be able to as long as he doesn't go another lap down with a yellow flag that will put him back onto the lead lap. So Kaden McAreavy still leading, but a pretty big run here on the outside, led by the 68 of Christopher Hughes. As he makes a little bit of contact there with this 84 of Mark A. Vicars. So we got a pack of 12 cars here that are leading at the front. Lap 13 of 40. And for anybody that is just tuning in, there are no cautions for tonight. Or there are no stage breaks for tonight. There is not a stage break. Cautions, however, are enabled. As we're 3 wide here for the lead, with Christopher Hughes, McAreavy Jr., and Mark Vicars. Big run there by Hughes on the outside, and he's going to move to the bottom into the lead with Dylan Behrens right behind him in second. Mark Vicars moving to the bottom of the track as well. Things kind of settling out here. Everybody about pretty much single file now. We got a few cars on the outside here in the back, as they actually had a bit of a run coming there around coming into 3. However, that momentum is going to pretty much go away. But now we do have 2 cars jumping out to the outside. That is McAreavy Jr. and Mark Vicars. Now, right as I say, we're single file back to 2 wide all the way through the field. It's McAreavy leading the outside line with a huge run here. Oh, and he gets turned. Big wreck. And that's going to bring out the yellow flag. Huge wreck there, including the leader, Christopher Hughes. Does have a fast repair. just as a reminder for everybody, so that is going to put Colton Gardner back in the lead lap as well. Let's go to the onboard here with him, with Christopher Fuge in the 68 from the lead. I had no idea what was coming, just got turned there. And unlike real life, his car did stay on the ground. I think all these cars stayed on the ground. So very unrealistic there from iRacing for not making the cars start flipping. Let's take a look at this from behind. The one of Dylan Barron's, or no, that was the 3. That was McAreavy Jr. I think he just got a big push on the outside by the 84. Yeah, he got a big push there by Mark Vicars. Came down into the 68 as he went hard into the wall. As I said, these drivers do have a fast repair. So as long as they haven't used it yet, they should all be fine. That's going to put Colton Gardner back on the lead lap. And definitely going to shake things up here, especially in the front of the pack. As we have 3 cars in the pits. There's the 40. That is Colton Gardner, who will get his lap back. We'll see if he was involved in that at all. Not really sure if he was or not. However, it does look like he has a bit of damage on the front of his race car. Yeah, he caught back up to the pack, unfortunately for him. Out of a fast repair. As he tagged the 68. Really unfortunate for him. Gave him more damage. We'll see if he comes into the pits here. Or not, so we'll keep an eye on him. For now. Colton Gardner, I'm assuming he will stay. No, looks like he's going to come into the pits. Currently on the apron. Looks like he will be coming into the pits here. But after the race, check out FR Racing's Garage Talk here on YouTube or wherever you download your favorite podcasts. On this week's episode, DJ Fluck and Erik Richardson share the history of Wednesday Night Dash, talk about the Talladega rule change, and other challenges of building a league now in its 10th season. They also talk about the new Joseph Newgarden book from Red Racer Books, and Newgarden's controversial restart at Gateway. So tune in here on YouTube, or wherever you download your podcasts, and check that out. As the lights are out on the pace car, I think Colton Gardner did not. No, the lights are not out. Sorry, the lights are not out on the pace car yet. That wreck put Lane Snow into the lead. As now the lights on the pace car are off. So we'll double back up here and get ready to go racing about halfway through. So the caution actually came out around the perfect time. Right when the stage break would have been. For the most part, just a few laps earlier. So yeah, Lane Snow currently restarting, Lane Snow restarting in first. The 9 of Jax Malin. Right behind him, Lucas Pontarelli in his first race with the Wednesday Night Dash in third. Dawson Buchanan will be restarting fourth. looking for his third consecutive win. Nicholas Warboy 6th, Erik Richardson 7th, DJ Fluck will be restarting 8th. DJ Fluck, I believe, still looking for his first ever Wednesday Night Dash win. Dylan Behrens in 9th, Kaden McAreavy in 10th after he actually caused that last caution. Well, not really caused, he got pushed down into Colton Gardner, who still remains a lap down. Hunter Hughes now also a lap down, so Hunter Hughes did get that waiver round, putting him only 1 lap down. But we are getting ready to go back to racing. Pace car pulling off. Lane Snow will lead the field back to the green flag with about 22 laps to go from Talladega. Coming into the Geico restart zone. And green flag is back in the air. 22 laps to go here in the Talladega 106. Pretty good jump there. By, I believe, the 85 of Lucas Pontarelli, but kind of getting caught up. But he'll move to the outside, currently leading the outside line. Jax Malin in the race lead with Buchanan right behind him in second. The pole sitter Dawson Buchanan moved back in the pack just a few spots there at the start of the race, but after that yellow, making his way back in its top 3. Pretty big run here by Lane Snow in the number 5 on the inside. Also pretty good run here on the outside, being led by Lucas Pontarelli. Double file the whole way back. It's Lucas Pontarelli, big run here, gonna put him into the race lead. He'll stay on the high side as we head into turn 3, and now he'll duck down low in front of Jax Malin in the number 9. DJ Fluck up to P7. We'll take a look at him in the number 88 car. Like I said, looking for his first ever win, I believe, in the Wednesday Night Dash series there. Up to 6th. Will be great to see him win a race, as I do not believe we've talked to him this season yet, actually, pre-race or post-race. I don't know if we've, at least me, in the past 2 seasons, I've not talked to him post-race either. Hopefully for him, that changes tonight. Currently in 7th. The 3 wide here for 3rd, Kaden McAreavy, who was in that last wreck, back up to 4th now. I mean, I don't know why the camera's doing that. Yeah, the 3 of Kaden McAreavy got turned into Colton Gardner, who was in the race lead to bring out the last caution. Currently in front on the high side, but in 4th position overall. We have a decent run here on the outside. that will put him in the lead, actually, across the start to finish. Getting a push by the 27 of Nicholas Wardboy. But the inside with a pretty big run here. So Lucas Punarelli. Oh, as we got another big wreck here. It's DJ Fluck going around, and that's, I would think, wow, big wreck there. I think it's going to bring out the second caution of the night. Yeah, the yellow flag is out. Couldn't quite see what happened there. Let's take a second look. Let's see where this started. Yeah, it looks like DJ Fluck got loose there. Unfortunately, I was just talking about what a good race he was having. I think he got turned by the 32. Yeah, he just got a big push, couldn't quite handle it, and tried coming back low. Let's go to the cockpit of him. So he gives Fluck a big push, and then Fluck trying to come back high. And then chaos just ensues from there. Oh, we had a bunch of cars piled up in that one. Wow. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 cars, I think, involved in that wreck. Maybe even more. Yeah, we get a good view of it from here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least 8 cars involved in that. As they will all head into the pits. That should put Hunter Hughes. I didn't quite see if he was in it. Let's go take a look back at that wreck, actually. And let's see if he was part of it. Unfortunately, we do have to just rewind it like this, but... 18, Hunter Hughes, he was in it. What about the number 40 of Colton Gardner? He was also involved. That's gonna, I believe that's gonna end his race. DJ Fluck, I think that was the first wreck he was in. No, Colton Gardner's still out there. Still a lap down looking for the wave around. Hunter Hughes, who was also looking for the wave around, was also involved. So the wave around will go to somebody else that I think was 2 laps down, because I think Gardner and Hunter Hughes were the only 2 cars that were 1 lap down, but both involved in the wreck, so they won't be eligible for the wave around. As Colton Gardner coming into the pits. That puts Lucas Punarelli in the lead with about 15 laps to go. I think we'll go green with 13 to go. DJ Fluck and the 88 car still going to be restarting in 13th, as you can see him and the 32 of Garrett Jarnigan making their way around. To catch this pack. Since there was no stage break interview, let's have a chat with DJ Fluck from FR Racing. Hey DJ, you got me?
Yeah, what's up?
Alright, I figured since there's no stage break, this would be a good time to talk with somebody. You're running really good there. I was got done saying on the broadcast how good of a race you were having, and then obviously...
oh, you got me on the announcer jinx. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'll take full responsibility for that one. Anyways, you're still restarting, I think, in 11th here.
They're letting me restart 11th, so I gotta stay behind the one who is missing his back bumper.
So, yeah, so really good race there so far for you. A really good run. What are you looking to do here? I guess in the last 13 laps.
The first group was great. You know, Eric and Nick and I, we held together, you know, as part of our team. we kept a little bit of distance. We cleared that first caution really easily, and we just never got paired up on the second stint. So I'm trying to kind of gauge where everybody is right now. Nick's up in 4th. Erik, I think, is just behind me in like 13th. So I got turned the last time, so I'm hoping we don't have a repeat of that, because otherwise my night will be over.
All right, DJ, thank you, and good luck here as we get ready to go back
thank you.
Hopefully I'll be talking to you in about 13 laps or so.
I hope so.
Good luck. So there was DJ Fluck, who was involved there in that lap 24 incident, I believe. Still restarting in 12th. So his night definitely still not over, not even close to being over, unless he's involved in another wreck. So we do have 14 cars that are on the lead lap. Hunter Hughes is our first car that's a lap down. He's not yet been able to get that waiver out, neither has Colton Gardner. Brian McKinney, though, will also join us, or join them a lap down. And then Christopher Fuge down 2 laps in the 68. Really unfortunate. He was having a really good run there at the front of the pack until he got turned in that first caution. But nonetheless, we're ready to go back racing. So, with what's going to be 14 laps to go, led by Lucas Punarelli to the green flag, looking for a win in his first ever Wednesday Night Dash appearance. Still has 14 laps to complete. But the green flag is back in the air, and for the 3rd time tonight, we're back to racing at Talladega. As we said, Lucas Punarelli looking for his first Wednesday Night Dash win. However, he's not new to FR Racing, as he has been a part of the Indy Racing World Series, coming off of a win last night. So come check out the Indy Racing World Series as we head to New Hampshire on September 10th. This week featured the first green-white checkered in series history, as Lucas Punarelli, as mentioned, held off Erik Richardson by about a little over half a second at Michigan International Speedway, coming home with the win, looking for back-to-back wins in FR Racing, as all races start at 10:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and are broadcasted right here on Stadium Scene TV. Come check that out this week, or I guess in 2 weeks. A little less than 2 weeks, on September 10th from New Hampshire. So we're still 2 wide. Pack did kind of split up here. DJ had mentioned in that interview I had with him that the number 1 was starting in front of him with a bunch of damage, as the 1 has really fallen off. So that possibly could have caused the fall off from the back half of the pack. But Kaden McAreavy Jr., who got spun earlier in the first caution, is back to the race lead, as the laps are winding down here from Talladega. Looks like these 2 packs have now merged back together. DJ Fluck, who was involved in that last wreck, back to P10. Currently the caboose on the outside lane. Pretty sure caboose means the last car, or the last train. Richard Shaw, I think for the first time tonight, in the lead in the number 2 car. But a big run here on the outside from Nicholas Warboy in the 27. Lots of drivers going to get an extra point for leading a lap tonight. As Richard Shaw will lead across the line with just 10 laps to go from Talladega. I can't tell what car that is. The 84. Mark Vicars forcing it 3 wide. He's got no help though in the third lane. He's gonna fall way off by trying to do that. As Richard Shaw still leading, being pushed by McAreavy Jr. and then Lucas Punarelli behind them in third. Nicholas Warboy still leading the outside lane here. Just 9 laps to go. Hunter Hughes and Colton Gardner are still looking to get back in the lead lap. Brian McKinney is in 15th, who currently holds the final, or the first lap down position. Currently holds the lucky dog position, I should say. As, oh, we got another incident here. Somebody got turned. That was the 85, I believe, of Lucas Punarelli, who was looking for his first, or who was looking really good in his first Wednesday Night Dash race. He got turned by the number 9 of Jax Malin. As those two cars, I'm gonna put them way back. Jax Malin just drove right through him. As I believe we stay green. Punarelli coming into the pits. Yeah, we stayed green though. We're 3, almost 4 wide here in the second row, or second or third row. Now to 3 wide, heading in to turn 3. McAreavy Jr. with the race lead. Outside line with a big run now. It's McAreavy Jr. leading on the outside. Richard Shaw leading on the inside. Lane Snow in third. He's been having a pretty good race so far. A huge push to McAreavy. As the laps are winding down here, it's getting way more hectic. As we're almost 4 wide into most of these corners. We already had 2 big wrecks. Possibly a third with just 6 laps to go. So we do have a lap car up here. That is Lucas Punarelli, who is in 14th and got spun there. If the caution were to come out now, he would stay in the lead lap, but currently looks like he will be going a lap down and going to be fighting for the lucky dog with 3 other cars of McKinney, Hughes, and Gardner. So yeah, he's going to go high, let the pack pass as we're 3 wide Here in the front, almost getting turned, was Lane Snow. Almost getting turned by Dawson Buchanan. Buchanan looking for back-to-back-to-back wins after winning the first 2 races of the season. With just 5 laps to go, he's in a decent spot right now to try and make that happen. Oh, it's Lane Snow. Gets turned and he flips. Big wreck there, and the caution is out. And that is way more realistic than that first wreck when nobody flipped. Oh. Got turned into by the number 2 of Richard Scholl. Huge damage to that car. Yeah, he flipped into the number 8 of Brian McKinney, who was a lap down. Lucas Punarelli. No, Hunter Hughes, I think. In the 18 car. Let's see if he was into it at all. It looks like he came away perfectly fine. I think that's going to put him back in the lead lap. If not him, then it will put Lucas Punarelli back in the lead lap. So let's take one more look at this. Yeah, the 18 of Hunter Hughes was ahead of the incident. So the 18 of Hunter Hughes, it looks like, will be getting the lucky dog. As one more time, let's go to the cockpit view of the 5 of Lane Snow. Take a look at this. Yeah, he gets turned. Starts flipping over the field into the catch fence. And that car is, yeah, that car is done. Currently sitting in the pits. Sitting and waiting in the pits. So you get a good view of Hunter Hughes' back of his car. Like I said, I think that should put him back onto the lead lap. We'll see if he passes the pace car. Although I'm pretty sure it would have made him do it already. So at the moment, we have 11 cars on the lead lap that will be battling for this win here. As that was, it looks like Lucas Punarelli is back on the lead lap. So after being involved in just a 2-car incident, having to pit for his fast repair and getting lapped, that will put him back on the lead lap. So the 85 car, Lucas Punarelli, his hopes of a win in his first ever Wednesday Night Dash race are still alive, as I don't think we're going to have a green-white checkered just yet. It's just going to be a 2-lap shootout, and we'll see what kind of chaos ensues this time. And if we have another caution. Would definitely not be surprised if we do. As we go on board here with the pace car, the only car I think in the field with no damage. Actually, we will be having a green-white checkered. Yeah. So the light should be off on the pace car this time. Yeah, we will be having a green-white checkered. So this is the only attempt at a green-white checkered, as we can take a look back at the rules for Talladega. Cautions obviously were enabled for tonight. Lucky Dog and Wave Rounds also enabled. No stage break caution. 1 fast repair, which we saw most cars take. And only one green white checkered finish attempt, as these rules apply only to Daytona and Talladega. Obviously tonight at Talladega, this is one of the rules being applied and taking effect right now. So we're going to have just 2 laps to go. Coming to the green flag. 12 cars on the lead lap. Going to be led by John Miles in the 54 car. And Kaden McAreavy Jr. will be leading the outside. Both of them going to need big pushes from the car behind. As we get ready to go green here. Just 2 laps to go. Green flag is back in the air. Really good jump there by the 54 of John Miles. Currently in the race lead there on the inside. A pretty big run here by the 3 of Kaden McAreavy Jr. on the outside. Getting a big push here by Dawson Buchanan, looking for his 3rd consecutive win. To the inside goes Buchanan. To the front of the pack, Dawson Buchanan is going to lead as we're wrecking in the back. However, we'll see if the caution comes out. I don't think it will. As Buchanan leads across the start-finish. As the caution, I think, is out. Yes. I believe the caution is out. Meaning Dawson Buchanan, for the 3rd race in a row, will win in the Wednesday night dash. Let's take a look there at what happened. And we'll see who actually was in the lead, because I'm not sure if it was Buchanan. So right up here, Buchanan takes a huge dive to the inside, and that's, I believe, that was the race-winning move. As then in the back, so yes, Dawson Buchanan was definitely in the lead. We gotta see when the caution came out. I believe it was right away. We can see the light right there. That was right when it happened. And yeah, Buchanan was leading basically the whole time. Obviously, iRacing will know who's in the lead. But let's go back here. See what car that was. So it looks like it was the 43, or not the 43, the 13 of Erik Richardson. Just came up into the number 9 car of Lane Snow, who was into the wall, and everybody behind him. All Erik Richardson doing barrel rolls through turn 3. So Dawson Buchanan with his third win in a row here to begin the season. So we will wait for these top three to come join me in the broadcast booth. Really, really good race there here tonight from Talladega. Obviously, Talladega being what it is, we knew some chaos was going to happen. Just waiting for these top three to come join me. There's Dawson Buchanan burning it down across the start finish. All right, Dawson, congrats on the win. Third win in a row to begin the season. How's it feel to take the checkered flag here tonight at Talladega with everything that happened?
Well, I feel super lucky. This first of all, just had basically everything go my way, and then at the end there, just me and John having just really good teamwork there. So happy to get a JM Motorsports 1-2, and it was just good teamwork all night. Me and Jax, me and Lane at one point had it rolling up there. So, but just great teamwork from everybody, and just a really good team effort there.
All right, and with cautions enabled for tonight, how did you manage to stay at the front and avoid trouble throughout the race? I know you mentioned luck, but was there anything else?
Just we kind of had a strategy to just kind of stay on the bottom there and save fuel a little bit, because we knew fuel probably wasn't going to be extremely, clear on if you can make it or not. So just staying on the bottom, and then just the the pass would open up when the cautions happened, and just being able to sneak through there just worked out really well in my favor.
All right, and then with this win, what are your thoughts as we head into COTA in about 2 weeks? And are you feeling confident about maintaining your momentum, possibly making it 4 wins in a row?
I'd like to. I'd struggle on road courses a little bit, but hopefully, I can get some practice in and go out there and compete for the win at COTA. That would be really nice to get 4 in a row.
Thank you, Dawson, and congrats on the win.
Yep, thank you.
All right, and then John Miles finishing second, so congrats on the second place finish. So, John, how are you feeling tonight with that finish? With all the chaos that ensued in that race.
Oh yeah, there was definitely some chaos there. I was involved. The University of Missouri, the Mizzou Chevrolet Camaro from JM Motorsports. It was pretty fast, and we came in with a game plan to try to stick together and see if it'd work. I got involved in a wreck early, which kind of blew up my fast repair right there, and then within like first 15 laps, but I was able to kind of just save my stuff and ride around the back because I kind of figured we get a couple more cautions. But overall, found our way to the front eventually.
I know you mentioned getting into a wreck at one point, but what other challenges did you face during the race tonight, and how did you overcome them to secure your spot on the podium?
Yeah, I mean, really the biggest challenge is knowing when to go and when to like probably go 75%, especially when there's a teammate around you. You want to be around your teammate at all times just because you know how well you guys work together, because we practice this kind of stuff. We know kind of our game plan going into it, but really don't know anyone else's game plan. And so making sure that we stay committed to that game plan, even though a couple wrecks can change that. But I mean, we stuck through it to the very end, and Dawson and I were side by side, coming to the caution flag, I suppose. And so, really, I'm super proud of the whole entire team. We're all up front the whole race, and come away 1-2 as a team owner. I mean, I couldn't be happier.
And then I know you just mentioned your strategy with your teammates, but how did the introduction of cautions for tonight impact your strategy during the race, if at all?
It definitely impacted it because going into the race, we weren't exactly sure about when it came to fuel mileage. We knew if you stayed out front the whole entire race, you would eventually run out of fuel. And so knowing that, we kind of scaled back our aggression a little bit just because we wanted to save, just because you saw Dawson, he made it the whole entire way. Now, granted, I got a little bit extra fuel whenever I came into fixed damage, but overall, this rule change that we had for this, having the strict yellows, I think for a super speedway race, I mean, this was pretty clean. And so hopefully we can see more of this rule package going forward, and just kind of see how it pans out. But overall, I think it produced some pretty tight racing.
All right, congratulations on second place there.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, and I'm not sure if Kaden McAreavy is in here at all. So they were your top two. Kaden McAreavy Jr. finishing third. Like I said, I'm not sure where he is for an interview, and I'm not seeing him anywhere. So if that is it, then thank you everybody for tuning in with us tonight for race number 3 of the Wednesday Night Dash series, and we will see you all next Tuesday on September 6th, I believe, for the Indy Racing World Series, and then September 7th. Actually, let's take a look real quick. Let's take a look at the remainder of the schedule, actually, for the Wednesday Night Dash. September 11th is Circuit of the Americas, so that means September 10th is the Indy Racing World Series. So, once again, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will see you in 2 weeks.